The Vanishing on Willow Creek Road. Before he became the center of Oregon's most chilling, unsolved mystery, Evan Cole was a familiar face in Brecken Falls, a 29-year-old paramedic known for calm hands, quick thinking, and a quiet smile. He worked long shifts, hiked on his days off, and lived a life that seemed grounded and predictable. He had no enemies, no criminal record, and no signs of emotional distress. At least, that is what everyone believed. Evan's life followed a simple rhythm: work, home, forest trails, repeat. He lived alone in a small rental house near the river, paid his bills on time, and called his mother every Sunday. Nothing in his world hinted at danger. That made what happened next even harder to understand. On March 11th, 2016, at 6:17 a.m., a state patrol officer found Evan's white Ford F-150 abandoned on Willow Creek Road. The engine was running, hazard lights blinking, driver's door hanging open. Inside the truck were his wallet, phone, and keys. Outside the truck, nothing but fog and silence. No skid marks, no footprints, no signs of a struggle. It was the kind of scene investigators hate most. Too neat, too controlled, too intentional. Detectives began with the obvious questions. Was this an accident, a runaway, a planned disappearance? But none of those explanations fit the evidence. The truck was in perfect condition. Evan had no history of erratic behavior, and the area where it was found was far from anywhere he was expected to be. The case shifted quickly from missing adult to suspicious disappearance. Surveillance footage gave investigators their first solid lead. At 3:42 a.m., Evan entered a convenience store near the state highway. He bought an energy drink and a map of the national forest. According to the clerk, Evan looked frightened. He kept turning his head toward the door. He asked, almost under his breath, "Have you seen anyone hanging around outside?" At the time, the clerk assumed he was joking. Detectives would later decide he was not. Search teams expanded into the forest behind the abandoned truck. 30 feet in, they found a narrow path almost hidden by brush. At the end of the path lay a small strip of cotton fabric. It matched the shirt Evan was last seen wearing. But what disturbed investigators was not the fabric itself. It was the untouched ground around it. No footprints, no broken twigs, no sign of struggle. As if the fabric had been placed there on purpose. With no physical evidence and no witnesses, detectives turned to possible motives. A stalker. A mentally unstable stranger living in the forest. A personal threat Evan had hidden from family, or an unknown person watching him in the days before he vanished. Theories circulated, but none held enough evidence to move forward. A week into the search, volunteers discovered a small, unmarked cabin deep in the woods. Inside were canned foods, scattered notebooks, and a sleeping bag. The notebooks were filled with frantic entries about eyes in the trees, footsteps that never come close, and voices asking for help. Was this Evan? A drifter? Someone hiding in the woods? Handwriting analysis ruled Evan out, but the cabin's occupant was never found. Detectives began to consider the possibility that Evan crossed paths with someone who lived off the grid, someone who did not want company. Despite drones, dogs, air patrols, and hundreds of volunteers, no new evidence surfaced. For the town, fear became routine. For the family, hope became painful. For detectives, the case became a dead end. Months passed, then years, without a single confirmed sighting. In January 2024, 8 years after Evan vanished, his mother found a plain envelope in her mailbox. Inside was a single handwritten line. "I'm still here. Look where the river bends." The handwriting was tested twice. Both results matched Evan's handwriting. Search teams rushed to the river bend near Willow Creek Road. The area was rocky and dangerous. They found only one thing: fresh boot prints, leading toward the rapids, ending abruptly on the rocks. No body, no clothing, no trace. At this point, investigators faced two haunting possibilities. Either Evan had survived in hiding for 8 years, or someone else had written the note, someone who wanted the search to begin again. Why did Evan buy a forest map hours before he vanished? Who or what was he so afraid of? Who lived in that hidden cabin? And why did the boot prints end at the water? No theory explains it completely. No theory rules anything out. The disappearance of Evan Cole follows every step of a classic crime mystery, yet it refuses to deliver an ending. Was he hunted, abducted, or running from something only he understood? Someone knows the truth about the events on Willow Creek Road. Until they speak, the case remains one of Oregon's most unsettling open mysteries. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to this channel for more stories like this. See you in my next video.